Greg, great to have you here today.
Thanks, Stu.
Today, Greg, we're here to talk about business planning and the importance that plays for small businesses. Do you want to talk about why it's important for small businesses to have a plan and also one that's active in their business as well?
Yeah, good question. I'll use an analogy, which is the All Blacks.
Yep.
Obviously, they've won the last 2 World Cups, and sure, they were physically great specimens and they could kick the ball, pass the ball, and they scrum well, and line out well, and everything else. But their level of planning around that was intense. They knew exactly what to do. They planned for injuries, they planned for weather, they planned for the opposition.
Yep.
So it was no fluke that they ended up winning. This was a long-term plan.
Yeah.
Same with a business. And again, unless you know where you want to go, how do you get there?
Yeah.
And so that's what the plan's about.
So Greg, you talked about in the business plan the importance of having a goal. Have you often come across businesses that struggle to articulate what their goals are?
Oh, very much so. Often they feel their goal is to be the best at what they're doing.
Yeah.
The best plumber, for example. But it does take a third party, I believe, to come in and help them differentiate the wood from the trees.
Yeah.
And setting that goal is essential. And it's a bit like saying we're going to go on holiday, but we don't know where we're going to go.
Yeah. And I guess when you talk about goals, how important is it to talk about people's personal goals when you're also talking about their business goals for our small business clients?
Well, given that most businesses in New Zealand are small businesses owner-operated,
Yeah.
they are intrinsically intertwined.
Yeah.
And in essence, why are we in business? We have a business so that it creates a lifestyle and an income for us.
Yeah.
So again, while we don't need to go into all the personal details, it's certainly people's personal goals are totally related to their business goals.
So Greg, once we've got an idea of people's business and personal goals, what's the next step to start putting them into place and put a business plan together?
Right, well, to work out where you want to go, you've got to work out where you're starting from.
Yeah.
So it's the same as if you're going to go on driving from Wellington to Auckland, you'd enter your current address in your navman before you entered your future address.
Yep.
So the first thing we do with any business is we do a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Establish where the business is in its cycle.
Yep.
And what the pressure points are, and what the opportunities are.
Yep.
Once we've got that, we then say, well, where do we want to be? And we normally use a 2-year cycle because that's the most pragmatic. And in 2 years, we call that our goal. So where do we want the business and us personally to be in 2 years? We take that back 12 months to a target. So what are the things we've got to target to achieve to reach our goal of 2 years? So that's our 12-month target. Then we come back another 6 months and we say, what is our action plans? And this is the nitty-gritty when we sit down and work out the pragmatic actions that need to be done, assigned to individuals by a due date, so they're measurable, that put us on that path. And that's a simple step through to our business plan.
Is it quite interesting, Greg, to see the response of business owners going through that process, what the changes they may have to make, and actually that differentiation from revenue and profit, which is the common drivers, to different actions which are probably linked financially, but are more focused on the day-to-day? What's the response to clients when they start to look at those targets and goals?
Well, I think historically, the relationships between accountants and clients has been one of rear-facing. The annual accounts are completed and we talk about what has been done, which of course can't be changed. So the point of a business plan is to be forward-facing. So obviously financial outcomes and financial results are critical, but they come about through non-financial actions.
Yeah.
If you want to increase sales, you do non-financial things that drive sales up.
Yeah.
So that the first thing that we find with our clients, it's almost refreshing to be able to say, I have control over my business. I understand what's got to be done to help me along my path.
And I guess what we're talking about here, Greg, is often people think about business plans and they think about this big bounded document that sits in the bottom drawer. We're not talking about that. We're talking about something very simple, actionable, and very much live in the business day to day, aren't we?
Absolutely. I suppose the question is, who's the business plan for?
Yeah.
The big bound one that goes to the bank manager and never looked at again has no real value to the business.
Yep.
The business plan we're talking about is a living document. And so while we have a 2-year goal, a 1-year target and 6 months action plans, once those 6-month plans are done, the world's changed, the market's changed, so it's got to be reviewed again. So there's an actual living document that guides the business owner along the path in addition to them being the best plumber.
So just finally, Greg, I guess now we've started to put this business plan in place for the business owners. This requires a bit of change and a bit of discipline to make these actions take place. Have you got any sort of tips for business owners that may be looking at this video today on how they start to make that change in their day-to-day operation to make sure those action plans start to come to life?
The whole purpose of the business plan is to take the owner out of their environment, get them away from the tools, and commit to a day of doing the business plan. The SWOT analysis is really critical. That's quite eye-opening to them. And remember, this is not the accountant giving them the answers. This is us getting it out of the client. So the businessman is actually disclosing what they feel the pressures are. That they find quite likely, because when they leave at the end of the day, and they know what the steps are on the path, they know what they've got to do in addition. And they don't necessarily have to do it all on their own. They've got to remember that we look at what resources are best for what task.
So again, I guess the key message there is you're not on your own. You've got people that can support you with actually your business plan, because I guess the business world as a small business owner is quite a lonely place, and I guess that's part of the pressures that we have, and I guess a business plan takes them away from that and shows them there is controllable actions and gives them focus.
Absolutely, and I'll just summarise, I've never seen a successful business that didn't plan.
Awesome. Thanks very much for your time, Greg.
Good as gold, thank you.
Thank you.